Walnuts, walnuts, and walnuts once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm back with nut of the day, the one and only walnut. So maybe you love walnuts, maybe you've never heard of them before. Whatever the case may be, please listen on why, because today Coach D and the rest of the 23% Nation, we're about to dive just a little deeper into the wonderful world of the walnut. All right, first up, a little bit of background information. Did you know that walnuts belong to the tree nut family, along with Brazil nuts, cashews, hazelnuts, macadamia nuts, pecans, pine nuts, and pistachios? Now, for those of you who don't know, Coach D has actually recorded a video for all of those nuts that were just listed. So if you are at all interested, please go back and check out all those amazing videos. Also, walnuts are it's believed that the walnut tree dates back as far as 700 BC. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We now know that the walnut is ancient. All right, now it's time for a few fun facts. Walnuts are considered, or shall I say they were considered, foods for the gods during the early Roman times, and they were named after Jupiter. Also, there are actually two types of walnuts. We have the English walnut, which is native to India, and then we have the black walnut, which is native to North America. Now, a lot of people may wonder, all right, Coach D, so which walnut is the most popular type? Which is the one that is sold in most grocery stores? Well, for those of us who are wondering, it is the English walnut. Now, also, take a look at the picture, right? Does that remind you of something? Does that remind you of maybe the human skull with the brain exposed? Well, believe it or not, that does have some significance, which we'll definitely talk about in a little while. All right, but before we dive into all that, okay, let's talk about the 520 rule just for a quick second. Ladies and gentlemen, the 520 rule is all about food labels. In other words, it helps us to better understand how to read food labels and also understand what the information is attempting to let us know. Basically, the 520 rule is a guide. It's a guide that lets us know whether or not the food item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, when we talk about the 520 rule, we are primarily concerned with the percent DV, which basically stands for percent daily value. Now, if a food offers anywhere from 0% DV to 9% DV, then it is not a good source of that particular nutrient. If, however, it offers 10% to 19% of the daily value, then it is a good source of that particular nutrient. Now, if it offers 20% or greater, then it is an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So now that we understand the 520 rule, let's see how it applies to walnuts. All right, time to dive into the nutrition facts, or we can say the nutrient content. But before we get into all that, guys, take a look at the picture. Did you know that that's how walnuts actually appear on a tree? Interesting, huh? Well, let's dive into it. Okay, so for today's lecture, we're going to simply say that a serving of walnuts is equivalent to 1 cup, which at this point we can say is approximately 7 nuts, right? So calories, 183 calories, not quite too much, but look at the percent daily value, only 9%. Total fat, 18.3 grams, which is equivalent to 28% DV. Now, 28% is greater than 20%, so it is an excellent source of fat. Now, please don't go running away from walnuts. Why? Because of the high fat content. Instead, always remember that plant foods are going to be an amazing source of unsaturated fat. So even though it is an excellent source of fat, it is an excellent source of the good fats, meaning unsaturated. Now, saturated fat, of course it's in there. Believe it or not, guys, saturated fat is a part of nature. Okay, so please don't always be so afraid of saturated fat, especially if it comes from a plant. Now, if we look here, it's only providing us with 9% DV, so that simply means that it is not a good source of saturated fat, which in this case is a good thing. Now, notice something. There is zero cholesterol. Now, if you didn't know, I want to let you know that cholesterol is only found in animal products. That's right. So if you're looking to reduce your cholesterol levels, it's highly suggested that you eat more plant foods. Why? Because plant foods contain zero, and I mean zero cholesterol. Now, let's take a look at total carbs. Only 3.8 grams, which is equivalent to 1% DV. Right, so 1%, meaning it is not a good source of carbohydrates. Now let's take a look at dietary fiber. 1.9 grams, equivalent to 8% DV, right? Still less than 10%, so it's not necessarily a good source of fiber. However, if you're looking to make it into a good source, you may want to double up the serving. Therefore, you're not getting 8% but now 16%, which then becomes a good source of fiber. If we take a look at protein, 4.3 grams, 9%. So it's almost a good source of protein. Almost, but not quite. And last but not least, we have calcium at only 3% DV. So there you have it, guys. Here is the nutrition facts, or we can say the nutrient content of walnuts. All right, now let's dive into the health benefits. But before we do, Coach D has got to talk about the principle of cause and effect, which basically states that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There is no such thing as chance and there is no such thing as luck. In other words, everything happens for a reason, right? So if you're looking to get healthy, you gotta make it happen. If you're looking to become diseased, believe it or not, you're making that happen too. Okay? So if we want to apply this principle to what we're discussing today, we can simply say that the nutrient content are going to be the causes and the health benefits are the effects. So when you eat walnuts, this is what happens to you. Number one, it reduces your risk of cancer. Great. Also, it boosts heart health. Now, there are two nutrients that I want to mention that are primarily responsible for doing this. You have L-Arginine, which is basically an amino acid, and then we have Alpha-Linolenic acid, which is a fatty acid. Next, it combats free radicals to help slow down age-related deterioration. Now, fortunately for the walnut, it contains 3 phytochemicals, or shall I say phytonutrients, that are responsible for this. They are juglorn, telomograndin, and morin. Now, I know some of those terms may be a little difficult to pronounce, but Coach D did his best. Okay? Also, maintains a healthy weight. So for those of us who are looking to either maintain our weight or maybe looking to lose a little bit of weight, I highly suggest you eat more walnuts. Also, it promotes male fertility. Hey, so fellas, if you're out there trying to have kids and maybe there's something wrong with your sperm, well, all you have to do is eat more walnuts. Also, it supports brain health. Now, once again, gotta go back to the walnut, right? It contains melatonin, right? So that's the phytonutrient that helps support brain health. Now, remember earlier we talked about that picture that looked like a brain? Well, there is the big coincidence, guys. A walnut looks like the brain inside of the skull. Why? Because it helps the brain. So you see, they're compatible. And last but not least, the major health benefit of walnuts is that it helps to control type 2 diabetes. So if you are pre-diabetic or maybe you're a full-blown type 2 diabetic, don't fret. Just simply eat more walnuts and you'll soon have things under control. All right, now it's time to go to our website for everything vegan. Yes, say hello to forksoverknives.com. Now, don't forget, there is a movie associated with the website. It's called Forks Over Knives. Okay? Now, as always, I go to the website, do just a little bit of research, and look at what I found. I found two amazing vegan walnut dishes. So I want to share two of them with you right now. The first one is entitled Apple-Walnut Breakfast Bread. Take a look at that picture. Looks delicious. And the second recipe is Apple Lemon Breakfast Bowl. Take a look at that picture. Looks amazing. So whether you love the breakfast bread or the breakfast bowl, I want to encourage you to click on the description box. Why? Because I'm providing you with a link to both of these dishes. Now, if you want to click on the link, please do so. When you get there, you'll find ingredients, instructions, and the cooking time. So basically, the website, forksoverknives.com, is going to provide you with all the information that you need to make these amazing dishes. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, all right, Coach D, I get it. A walnut looks like my brain. I understand a few fun facts, and I even get the background information. But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more walnuts? Well, for those of us who are wondering, the perfect day to consume more walnuts is Nature Day. That's right, Nature Day. Now, Nature Day happens to be the first day of the 23% challenge. For those of us who are wondering, the 23% challenge is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships, and save planet Earth. Yes, all at the same time and in only 7 days. Woo! Who knew? Now, here's the interesting thing about Nature Day, is that Nature Day is the first day of the 23% challenge, which basically means it is the first day of every single month. Why? Because the challenge is always the first 7 days of every month. Now, some of you may want more information about Nature Day, so here it is. What is Nature Day? Well, Nature Day, once again, it is the first day of the 23% challenge, and basically it allows us to get closer to nature. Now, yes, there are a million ways in which you can get closer to nature. I mean, you can go swim in a lake, a pond, the ocean. You can maybe go take a nature walk, or maybe you can go sightseeing, trying to find different animals, right? But Coach D wants to let you know that there is another way to get closer to nature. Let's eat it. That's right, guys. Let's eat what nature provides. In other words, let's eat more plants. Now, the 23% challenge is ideal for people who are looking to transition into a more whole food, plant-based diet. Therefore, I want to provide you with 3 options. You can become a 3% vegan, a 13% vegan, or a 23% vegan, like Coach D. Now, a 3% vegan is a person who chooses to eat only plant foods and drink water only 1 day out of the month. 13% equates to 4 days, right? And then 23% equates to 7 days. So whether you want to try 3%, 13%, or 23% like Coach D, this is basically a helpful guide that'll help lead you into consuming a more plant-based diet. So, as Coach D always says, eat more plants. All right, now I want to offer you just a few tips to make your Nature Day successful. Number 1, whether you're going to become a 3%, 13%, or 23% vegan, Coach D wants you to go to your local grocery store, hang out in the produce section, and do all of your shopping there. Why the produce section? Well, that's where all the plant foods are located. Now, of course, you may have to go to the grocer's freezer if you are more partial to frozen fruits and frozen vegetables. You can also go check out your local farmer's market. That's right. Believe it or not, guys, farmers markets offer more benefits than grocery stores. Also, you can go check out the prepared dishes section of your local grocery store. Here's the thing. Some of us may not like to cook. Some of us may not know how to cook plant foods. Whatever the case may be, let the experts do it for you, right? So all you have to do is go to the prepared dishes section, look around, make sure that they do offer vegan or vegetarian options, and then make the purchase. Now, because the food is already prepared, chances are they're going to sell it to you by the pound. So do a little searching, ask the person behind the counter if you can maybe sample a little bit, right? And then after you sample it, hopefully you like it, then go ahead and make a purchase. Maybe half a pound, a whole pound, or if you really, really like it, why not 2 pounds? And my fourth suggestion is to go visit a vegan restaurant. That's right, a vegan restaurant. Coach D likes to say a shoemaker to his shoes. So let the experts do all the cooking. Trust me, vegan chefs know how to combine plant foods to get the most out of the plants, right? So here's the thing. Some of us may not even know that vegan restaurants exist. Well, I'm here to let you know that they actually do. And also, to locate one, all you have to do is go to Google, type in vegan restaurants near me, and voila. Google will have your results to you in less than a second. Now, if you decide to go, do 2 things. Number 1, let them know that Coach D sent you. And number 2, be sure to order something that has walnuts in it. All right, it's time for our question of the day, which comes from yours truly and the rest of the 23% nation. We want to know, which walnut recipe do you prefer? So was it the breakfast bread, the breakfast bowl, or maybe, just maybe, you know of a really nice, tasty vegan walnut dish that you would like to share with us? So whether you want to take one of mine or share one of yours, please write your answer in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. Please subscribe, like, and share the video, especially if you love walnuts. Also, don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's #EatMorePlants. This is your man, Coach D. I'm about to sign out, but always remember, eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. I'm signing out. Always remember to take care, and God bless.